Hi, everyone. Happy Monday. Since we have Labor Day coming up, I wanted to talk a little bit about why having your fearful dog come to a family gathering over a holiday weekend, for instance, like the one upcoming, isn't the best time to potentially socialize your fearful dog. It's something I see time and again, people bringing their shy dogs to family gatherings as a sort of first introduction to the family. And often it doesn't go well. So I'd like to talk a little bit about that today before you go on the road with your fearful pup. All right, so family holidays and fearful dogs, not a good time to socialize your dog. And socialize is in quotes here because technically the term socialization usually is restricted to the socialization period of puppyhood, like 8 to 16 or 20 weeks. So really what you're doing here is introducing your dog to people and training them. But I'm using the word socialize because that's what I most often hear folks use. So who is this for? This is for you if you have a dog who is nervous around new people in new locations and or around other animals. And you are considering taking your dog to upcoming family get-togethers, but your dog isn't very familiar with your family or possibly not familiar at all, or with their pets if they're going to have their pets with them. So why not socialize my fearful dog at a family gathering? Well, reason number one is that it really is too much for many fearful dogs. Now, if you've been very slowly introducing your family, like one or two people at a time over a long period, and you've incrementally built up to this may not apply to you. But that's usually not what I see happen. So if you think about what a holiday day trip or weekend might look like for a fearful dog, you've got so many challenges for them. A car ride, a new place, new people, probably too many new people if you've got sort of an extended family gathering, which may include children, who tend to be particularly worrisome to many dogs. There may be other people's dogs there, which could be scary, and they don't have their familiar safe spaces to retreat to. So it can be really, really stressful for a fearful dog. And at least as important, why not socialize my fearful dog at a family gathering? There's a pretty good chance you're going to be stressed out if you try to do this without sort of slowly building up to it. For one, you want to enjoy your family. That's why you're getting together. But if you've got a scared dog who's potentially reacting negatively to all of the challenges you're encountering, your attention's going to have to be on your dog more than your family. And that's going to be stressful. There will be many potential triggers for you to monitor in a space that is not yours to control if you are going to someone else's home. So other people's dogs, other people's children, lots of relatives moving around. And a big one that can really cause a lot of stress at family gatherings like this when you have a more kind of sensitive or what we might call special needs dog is that it can cause more conflict with family members when you start receiving unsolicited training advice. Your Uncle Bob tells you that their neighbor's friend sent their dog to boot camp with a shock collar, and that's what you should do for your dog, or you have to show your dog who's boss. It's not how you wanted to spend your family time is arguing about dog training methods. There's also the risk and conflict associated with dangerously confident relatives, the ones that think all dogs love them, that they know how to handle your fearful dog, that they're going to show you what to do, or their dog will love you. They think your dog will love them. That can cause a lot of conflict, especially if there ends up being a bite when that confident relative tries to cozy up to your fearful dog. So lots of reasons that this can be really stressful for you as the responsible party for the dog. So what should you do instead? Well, if it's not too late for your any upcoming plans, I would leave your dog home if you can, with a sitter if you're going to be gone, more than a day or part of a day. And then, ideally, introduce your dog to your family in smaller doses than a big family gathering. And I find this is easiest if you can set up dedicated training visits that are short. So you're not going for a family event. You're going to train your dog and introduce them to your family. You'll keep them short in duration. They'll have a limited number of people there at a time. It's not going to be a big party. And because it's a dedicated training visit, you can kind of keep it low expectation or no expectation. You're not, expecting your dog to hang out with a whole bunch of family members for 2 days and love everybody. You can go in with no expectations and for you either to have, I'm not going over to have a visit with family. I'm training my dog. And then do work with your trainer to develop a plan to introduce your dog to your family if they're pretty afraid of them. It'd be better to have the help of a professional. Now, maybe you've watched this and you said, well, I'm doing it anyway because it's too late for me to find a sitter, or I don't know any sitters that can handle my dog. My dog's so afraid of people, so I have to take them with me. So if you're doing it anyway, talk to your trainer about a plan to kind of minimize the stress involved for everyone. I would identify some kind of safe space that you can set up for your dog if you're going to a relative's home. Maybe you'll bring an X-Pen or a crate with you. Something that your dog's already familiar with would be helpful. Bring a lot of activities for your dog. If they're really nervous, they may not engage with anything, but do have a lot of things for them to do, especially if you end up having to put them like in a guest room or something out of the way because they're too stressed out by all the people in the house. So chews, stuffed food toys, things like that. Have all that ready to go and take it with you. Do talk to your vet about whether any anti-anxiety medications might be helpful for a stressful event like this if you have a very fearful dog. And manage your expectations. Now that we've talked through how trying these kind of gatherings can be for fearful dogs, try to go into it expecting that you're going to have to spend quite a bit of your time and energy focused on your dog. And that means that it may not be a relaxing weekend or, get together for you. That's just how it's going to go. All right, I hope this was helpful. If you would like to be alerted to our weekly content like this video, or want to learn about what classes we're offering or when we have special deals or discounts, go to this link, dogkindtraining.com/newsletter, and then you'll get on our email list. There's a little sign-up form, and you'll get our weekly newsletter just keeping you in the loop about everything that's going on. All right, everyone, I hope this helps. Have a great week. I'll see you next week.